Hi everyone. I hope this finds you well wherever you might be and not feeling too isolated in these crazy times. Um, and kind of on that issue, I'm doing a series of video posts this week on what I think are 10 of the key behaviours, traits, and skills that leaders will require in order to be able to successfully lead during these COVID 19 times and indeed in this increasingly VUCA world. And that brings me to post number 8, the importance of leaders being able to be agile and adaptable in these times. And it flows on from a recent post of mine where I was talking about the importance of vision and strategy and being strategic at this point in time. That it's important to be able to communicate with your staff, reiterate to them how they can contribute to the achievement of the vision, the organizational vision, and the organizational strategy. And by doing so, by trying to help them understand how they contribute to that, is try to maintain their engagement at a time when they're going to be scared, worried, and perhaps angry. They need your support at this point in time. And I also talked about with vision and strategy that perhaps because of what we're going through, you may need to create and very quickly a shared vision and a shared strategy, perhaps even with external stakeholders like your competitors within your industry. You might need to do that to be able to get your organization through these times. But what I often see in organizations is that with strategy, they put in place something that a document that they are trying to deliver over 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and they might do it quite slowly. And that's not going to work in these times. You need to be agile and adaptable. So that might require you to be, monitoring progress towards the strategy of not just on a quarterly basis, but potentially on a weekly basis or even more frequently. There's going to be so much changing at the moment, not just internally within the organization, but also externally. What does COVID-19 mean for your customers at the moment? What does government policy mean for your customers and therefore for their demand for whatever you provide? So to be adaptable and agile at the moment brings into mind for me a couple of other things you need to consider. One is your governance. How are you ensuring that you're getting things done? So often what I see within organizations is that governance is led solely by their executive and their board. Now, at this point in time, there's always a risk that with that sort of setup, that you don't have access to really important information about what's happening, for example, at your organization's coalface that might be really important for strategic management and strategic thinking. So here's a fantastic opportunity for so many reasons to expand the resources you have for governance by tapping into influential staff, those gatekeepers to success, and get them involved one way or another in governance. Because not only does it help you engage them better, but it also helps develop them at a time when they're going to be worried about their careers, and instead you might be able to get them to come out of this even stronger than when they went into COVID-19. And obviously it means that you've got more resources available to be ensuring that things are actually getting done and that you are adapting as quickly as possible in these times. The other thing I wanted to get you to think about is that for you as a leader, you might recall I talked about the importance of you being very mindful of yourself and even the organizational culture and what impact that can have on adaptability and agility. Are you and your culture, are you somebody who loves stability and maintaining control? And is that the case for your organizational culture, which is often reflective of old style cultures? Because if that's the case, you need to be able to put things in place at the moment to resist those hindrances, if that makes sense. Do you put in place systems so that, systems can, or processes, which can even entail things like just having a daily checklist? Okay, what have we looked into strategy this today? Or alternatively, do you put in place that shared leadership model, almost like a war cabinet model, so that you're meeting frequently, and as part of those frequent meetings, you've got to make sure that you come out with decisions on those particular days. Um, you'll decide what's appropriate for your context, but absolutely, you need to be mindful of governance and yourself. So, hey, once again, love to hear your feedback, and thank you so much for your time. Take care.